Hi girls, once again this is for our last event for the Ms. and Mrs. USA Club. I have my helper here today, my oldest grandchild, Melina, you can say Melina, and we're doing a lot of great stuff for the 4th of July, which is us celebrating and honoring freedom. So we have already made contact with our local American Legion. We are doing a USO where we go and actually dance with the veterans from foreign wars. And, you know, just like the USO was enacted during the day as their recreation when they had off time for R&R. And also we are having a barbecue for our veterans, and of course for Memorial Day and for the 4th of July we have posted flags on all the cemeteries of our fallen vets. So I did want to tell you a lot of other things that we are doing for our families and for them to be educated in what we're actually trying to accomplish, which is our sense of national pride and just honoring our armed forces. So I wanted you to be aware that you should be playing some march music, you know, and instilling patriotism. We also have a preamble memorizing contest in our family, you know, we the people in order to form a more perfect union and provide for the common defense for ourselves and our posterity. Those are wonderful things that you can start teaching your children. Another thing that we can do during this barbecue time is that we have the USA plates and the flag plates from Dollar Tree. We also do a lot of stuff with Winn-Dixie. And we had an idea of making a cake that was in a 9x13 pan with Cool Whip and then blueberries for the blue field. And then, of course, the strawberries to make the stripes. As you notice, Melina's wearing her patriotic outfit today, and even with her ruby red slippers and her pantaloons. And I have on my flag dress, which I got at Cracker Barrel. I actually wore this to one of the Donald Trump rallies and, you know, Women for Trump. So with Winn-Dixie, they had these little booklets. There's lots of coupons in here. And there's also already where they have the already made baked goods. They're just wonderful. There's a trifle. We actually make this with strawberries and blueberries and whipped cream and Sara Lee pound cake, which is a real good sheet in Cool Whip that makes it quick. But there's some wonderful things in here for even menu ideas, and even if you can't grill. And of course there's wonderful things for us that can actually have a grill to barbecue. So get your copy of this. They have them all over. And don't forget that, you know, Dollar Tree allows you, they have all the banners, everything already made for you at Dollar Tree. And here's that cake I was talking about that you can make so simply yourself. All right. So this is a great craft idea for the kids, and they get to eat it. So it's wonderful. Also, while you're cooking in the kitchen or grilling, there's some great movies that we can watch. The one that you just heard was 1776, which was the year we got our Constitution. But we've had other wars too. You know, this one's on Pearl Harbor. I love Saving Private Ryan, but I don't recommend that for the younger set. It's kind of hard for me to even watch. And then Top Gun is more support of our military, right? Right. So another idea for Dollar Tree is they have these wonderful golf, when you know, when you're in the kitchen, you can put these, your little ones out with and they all have a different colored ball, and that you pair them with an adult. So we have a grandpa in the kitchen watching one of the children right now. So we can always get one of our veterans involved, even from the wheelchair. You pair them with one of the 3, 4, and 5-year-olds, and it's an even match game. I also want to tell you to make the holes that you would bury a Dixie cup, the red Solo cups. And it only takes 3, and you can mark them with a pole and, you know, have 3 holes of golf, and there's prizes that we give out for those. So these are a great crowd pleaser for $1. You can't beat that. So one other thing I wanted to share with you is the importance of literacy. And we read to our little ones. Unfortunately, this book
Melina could probably read a little bit for us.
Had a beautiful cover on it, and this book was actually written the year that which they call me Gigi, was born. So I won't tell you how old this book is. But just some beautiful illustrations that are in it. But this book, A Promise to Our Country, was written by Captain James Calvert, USN, which is United States Navy, and the pictures
What
were
is
by
the name of
James-
that book, Melina?
Can you read this?
Apples,
A promise
sour.
to our country. I pledge allegiance.
Very good
So-
for 4.
Yes, for a 4-year-old. But in the back, it actually tells us that the author was Captain James Colbert. He's commander of the Submarine Division 102 in 1961.
Wow.
And so before this, he was a commanding officer of the USS Skate, a nuclear submarine that made 2 voyages to the North Pole. And he talks about these trips in his book for grown-ups, Surface at the Pole. But all of Captain Colbert's time is not spent with submarines. He spent many pleasant off-duty hours in his home of Mystic, Connecticut with his wife and 3 children. So this is amazing stuff, and we can go into geography of where is Connecticut. I'm
Hey,
telling you,
Grandpa, do you want to release the baby so everyone can see her for a second at the end of our... Come on.
So I wanted
Go
to
to
tell you
Gigi.
that as we concentrate on our Constitution, we talk about I pledge allegiance is a promise, and that we say it to the flag of the United States of America. And one
Portable
of the
dress
things
down.
that they said here was that they, what does our flag look like? What colors are our flag, Melina? Can you tell me?
Red, white, and starred blue.
Red, white, and stars on blue. That is right. So we take the stars from heaven and we take the red from the mother country. We separate it by the white stripes to so we show we have separated from her. And
And blue and white stars on it.
yes. And today when we talk about the red, white, and blue, everyone knows that we mean the American flag. So
Well,
the
I think
American flag has changed a lot, but this flag is still just a piece of cloth. Why should we promise to be faithful to a piece of colored cloth? Just as a promise is important because of what it stands for, this piece of red, white, and blue cloth we call our flag is important because it stands for something. It stands for the republic of which it stands. E pluribus unum. And that is many united as one. So we go on to talk about the Democratic parties, where we have the Republicans, who are the elephants, and the donkeys or jackasses that are the Democrats. So we go in and we look at all the different aspects of how we vote, what President Lincoln said, and how we have one nation, and that we have the 3 branches of executive, legislative, and judiciary, and that we are under God. These words were written not in our pledge when it was first written. They were added by an act of Congress in 1954 by the 34th President, Dwight D. Eisenhower, who signed an act to make it a law. He said, this change to our pledge would remind us of the importance that a firm belief in God has always played in the history of our nation. And so when Francis Scott Key, the man who wrote the national anthem, the Star Spangled Banner, said, and let this be our motto, and God is our trust. So indivisibles, that we are all united together. Everybody in this country is coming here for the liberty. And it actually says in New York Harbor, to give us your tired, your poor. And this is our symbol of America. And if you've never been to New York, I suggest you take a family trip there to see the Statue of Liberty. So get you a nice book so that we know that we're talking about our 4 freedoms: the freedom of speech, the freedom of worship, to worship God any way we see fit, the freedom of want, that we have great prosperity in this country, and the freedom of fear, that we have been protected by the armed forces all this time.
And we honor that freedom.
And we honor that freedom, and that is why it's one of our 4 events that we celebrate as the Miss USA Club. Ladies, these are just some of the ways that we are celebrating. We hope that you find ways to honor freedom where you are and instill it into your little ones. Melina, help me say bye to our girls.
Bye-bye.
Can you wave bye-bye?
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Love you guys. See you soon at the event.